reach
Hmm?
yeah. So make sure that started.
Alrighty, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining. It looks like we're light on people. I had a few people reach out to me and say they could not make it. A few people are going to be late. So Dr. Horning, I turn it over to you. Now we've had to do this before. We have 15 minutes for open meeting law to wait for a quorum. With our current 18 members, we need 10 members present, which I'm not counting right now. So we'll give it a few minutes to see if people can join.
Okay. Can we talk about the Pete's Readiness thing while we're waiting?
She was talking.
Dr. Horning, I'm sorry, we lost you.
See if she can
Oh,
move closer.
can you hear me now?
Can we hear you now?
Uh-huh.
Barely.
Oh, my Atlanta. I don't know what's going on here. Let's see.
Tabitha, is she low for you now?
She's muffled on my end.
I think she said something about the peds readiness, but yeah, she's low for me.
Yeah.
Okay.
that- Yeah.
Sandra, by any chance, can you try to call in and use your cell phone audio? Maybe that makes a difference, just since we have some time waiting for other people to join.
Sure. So I just use the call-in number, right?
Yeah, the call-in number's on the agenda, but if you need it, I can give that to you as well.
I got it.
Okay.
Okay, is this better? Can you
All right,
hear me
Dr.
now?
Horning. Yes.
You'll just have to mute. Yeah.
Yeah, mute your computer device so we don't get that. There we go. That should be better.
Okay, can you hear me? I muted the other one.
Oh, she's gonna have to.
It's just going to echo for a minute.
Make
You need
sure
to
that the
mute
volume
yourself
turned down on the
and-
computer.
You need to mute your computer. If you mute yourself in the computer, Sandra, then we can see you, but all audio you hear and we hear will come through your phone.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4.
5, 6, 7. Oh, yeah. Oh, there's John.
Mike, is there anyone we can reach out to by telephone and see if they're going to attend?
Yeah, I can start texting people.
Hey, Michael, this is Irene Navis. I see my meeting notes taker showed up automatically. That's just for my own use. I don't share them with anybody. I'm not sure how to get it off of there, but be assured I won't be sharing them with anyone. They're just for my own use to refresh my
No
memory.
worries, Irene. Yeah, I mean, it's a public meeting, so anything we discuss is publicly available through the minutes and everything, so I'm not too worried about it, but thank you for letting us
Great.
know.
Sure. I just wanted to make sure you knew the identity of that. And then also I have to drop off at about 2:05 to jump on another meeting that I'm running. Thanks.
Okay, perfect. Thank you for letting me know.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, we can, Dr. Horning. Thank you.
Okay.
Hey, John, can you do me a favor? I'm reaching out to some other committee members, but I know Jamie's not here. Can you shoot her a text? See if she's available, please, while I'm working on everybody else.
Yeah, I can do that.
Thank you, sir.
I got it discharged now.
Hey, Michael, can I ask a question since we haven't started yet and it's not on the agenda? Oh,
Yeah, what's going on?
well, I just because Sandra had, I think, brought up if we were trying to figure out her communication issue that was going on about the PEDS readiness survey.
Yes.
I don't know what question she had about it, but were we able to find, I don't know if Irene can chime in, if we were able to find a more granular report?
So I did send a question to you guys? Because there was two. There was the state gap or state summary reports, which was kind of what we presented, I want to say in May. And then I sent you, it was for the pediatric work group, basically the entire survey results for every agency. It was about 45 pages. That is effectively our entire report. But unless Irene knows of another one that I'm unaware of, I'd be happy to provide that to you guys. Maybe we can get together if this meeting cannot happen real quick, or we can set up a time for the three of us to hop on a quick call. I can log into my Tableau and show you the reports that we have and see what we're looking for.
We can do it at a different time.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're with you guys. That's the only one I know of, Michael. The one.
Okay. I'll reshare it with you two, and then we'll figure out there may be a way. So the EMSC data centers basically revamping their entire system. After the 12th of next week, nothing will be available anymore. So I've been in the process of going through and downloading everything I can. There is an option to export, Andrea, I believe that report I gave you, that 45-ish pages, but it has to be one page at a time. But I can certainly do that and then combine everything into one spreadsheet and then reorganize and resend it off. But yeah, let's get together. I'll shoot you guys an email after this meeting and find a time where we can sit down and look over the data that we have and what we need to look for.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Of course.
And then, Michael, we have received Sunrise application, right?
Good afternoon, Jamie. Thank you for joining. You are our savior.
I think
Sorry, I
Sandra
was
might
just a
have
few
been
minutes
talking.
late.
I'm sorry, Sandra. So just to let you know, that was our 10th member, so we can proceed
Okay,
at your call.
okay. We'll start with a roll call.
Okay, good afternoon. I'm going to start with you, Chair Dr. Sandra Horning.
Present,
Thank you. Vice Chair Michael Bolu.
Present.
Thank you. Dr. Lloyd Jensen.
Present.
Thank you. Bobby Sullivan.
Present.
Thank you. John Middleman.
Present.
Thank you. Jeremy Sunshine.
Jeremy Sunshine did notify me he was unable to attend after a last minute conflict.
Thank you. I'll have that noted. Irene Navis.
I'm here. Thank you.
Thank you. Cara Smith. Zeb Namora. Nicole Brown. Kevin Haywood.
I'm present.
Thank you. Tiffany Collins. Jennifer Badinsky. Christine Forsberg. Jenna Sir. Andrea S.
Present.
Thank you. Tabitha Hart.
Present.
Thank you so much. Jamie Carlson.
Present.
Thank you. And we have Met Court.
thank you. Now for the first public comment. Public comments may be presented in person by computer, phone, or written comment. Due to the time considerations, each individual offering public comment will be limited to not more than 5 minutes. If a person would like to make a public comment by calling in, dial 1-775-321-6111 and enter the following conference ID code when prompted, 925-173-693#. A person may also have comments added to the minutes of the meeting by submitting them in writing, either in addition to testifying or in lieu of testifying. Written comments may be submitted electronically before or during or after the meeting by emailing Michael. You may also mail written comments to the Division of Public and Behavioral Health Emergency Medicine Services Program, 4150 Technology Way, 3rd floor, Carson City, Nevada, 89706. And now we need to review and approve the minutes from our last meeting.
So Michael Bowler for the record, just to remind the committee, we were unable to get the August meeting minutes to the committee during our November meeting due to the state security cyber attack and loss of our server. So we are reviewing both minutes from the August 6th meeting and November 5th meeting. If anybody missed that previous meeting and was wondering why we have 2 minutes, that's the explanation. So I just wanted to make sure that was noted before anybody makes a motion. Thank you.
This is Lloyd Jensen. For the record, I move that we accept both minutes.
Thank you. A second?
Andrea asked, I second the motion.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed?
Aye.
Was not there.
And Dr. Horning, just to note that Kevin Haywood is abstaining from the meeting minutes since he was unable to attend either meeting.
Okay. All right, so we have approved the minutes. Thank you. Now we're going to talk about some of our initiatives, the hand-heavy implementation. Michael, you want to talk about that?
Yeah, so I will provide the Northern Nevada Rural Hand-Heavy Initiative that we've been discussing and working out. I wish Nicole Brown was here to provide an update on the Las Vegas progress, but we will certainly have this as a standing agenda item for a considerable amount of time so we can keep updated on our progress. We have finalized the 6 advanced life support rural EMS agencies that are going to participate in the rural Nevada rollout. We partnered with the Public Health Preparedness Program and used some of their funds to supplement this initiative. So I'd like to thank their office for coordinating and working with our program to further this project. The 6 agencies that are going to be participating is East Fork Fire Protection District in Douglas County, Central Lyon and North Lyon Fire Protection Districts in Lyon County, Humboldt General Hospital EMS Rescue in Winnemucca, Lander County EMS in Battle Mountain, and Elko County Ambulance Service in Elko. So we cover effectively the entire the rural section of the 80 corridor, including the 50 corridor and 395 corridor down around Lake Tahoe into Carson, outside of Carson. So a lot of ground will be covered. If you look at the state, a lot of territories being covered by this initial project. We're really looking forward to start that. I have been in contact with our hand-heavy representative, Kirsten. She and I have reached out to each of the agencies, identified their point of contacts, and are expecting their protocols to be sent to hand-heavy if they have not done so already. Basically, we're getting everything that we need laid out prior to the subgrant execution. So as soon as that final document is signed, we're greenlit to go. The very convenient part of this initiative is hand-heavy now allows a hybrid instructor program. So we're not waiting to schedule with a hand-heavy senior instructor to come out like we did in Las Vegas to do an in-person class. So they can do their portion of the instruction virtually. And I told the agencies if any of the departments would like any of our representatives to be in person, myself, Kevin, John, and Jamie on this committee are all hand-heavy instructors. We'd be happy to teach in our respective areas. So we'll see how that progresses moving forward.
Awesome.
I'd be happy to answer any questions if anybody has anything for me. Sweet.
All right. I got a chance to see this in action last week when I was at Las Vegas Fire and Rescue. It's a game changer. It's amazing for calculating drug doses and tube sizes and everything.
Yeah.
Okay, Safe Transport for Children's Initiative, Michael.
So our office is distributed, I would say a majority of them. I want to say we have close to 50 units left. I have reached out to some agencies. I was supposed to have an agency come pick up some units this Friday. Something must have happened because they did not show up. So we basically have finished our distribution. Now, phase 2, and we have additional funding starting April 1 of 26, would be reaching out to the larger departments in Las Vegas that did not get back to us. I believe community ambulance was the big one that operated a large majority of ambulance services in Las Vegas that did not get back to me before. They said they were interested and to provide more information. I said, unfortunately, you didn't meet the deadline. I'd be happy to reach out to you in the future. So just wrapping up, seeing any of the agencies that have not participated to participate. You know, we can't unfortunately force anybody to participate, but we definitely want to include everybody who does want the products. And we can certainly look at purchasing additional units during our next funding cycle. Yes, Dr. Jensen.
Thank you. The community had reached out to try to do some training before they got their next implementation. So I'm supposed to follow back with them, but I wanted to bring that up today before I reached out. So
do they have those
any-
units, Dr. Jensen, or are they going to need some units for the training?
I got the impression that they had the units,
Okay.
but I need to follow that up. I was just wanting to see what was the current status of training here in Las Vegas before I answered them.
Okay, yeah, if the issue is that they don't have a unit for training, I can reach out because I did give one to Nicole Brown. Pima received one, and I left another 3 or 4 at the Southern Nevada Health District office that was supposed to go to the College of Southern Nevada's EMS training program and a few other training programs out in Southern Nevada. So if they need one, let me know and I can find you a unit to loan if that's an issue. So if I can help in any way, please let me know.
Okay, thank you. That's what I needed. Thank you.
Thank you. Irene?
Yes, good afternoon, everyone. Irene Navis, I'm the Nevada coordinator for the Western Region Alliance for Pediatric Emergency Management and also the CBURN domain manager for the Pediatric Pandemic Network. Happy to report that both the Pediatric Disaster Centers of Excellence, of which RAPM is one of 3, and the Pediatric Pandemic Network have both been funded as of yesterday's signing of the appropriations bill, funded for another year, which takes us into the start of fiscal year 2027, and hopefully will be funded in that appropriation as well. With our appropriation, we've been able to do a lot of coordination and providing of resources and a number of activities, one of which, and this was actually a Pediatric Pandemic Network activity. It was a virtual tabletop exercise that took place last week. The 14 hub sites that are part of the Pediatric Pandemic Network are all required to do at least one virtual tabletop exercise per year. And we were invited to participate in the UCSF Benioff Children's Hospital tabletop exercise. So some folks from Nevada who were part of a pediatric work group for the state were invited to participate. I'm happy to report that we had 25% of the overall recipients were from Nevada, which was a really exciting thing to see. I was fortunate enough to be invited to facilitate that breakout room, and there was really good participation and a really good showing by our Nevada partners. The exercise scenario was a bus accident focused on family reunification. And there's basically a repeat of the same exercise with Utah. So there's an opportunity that, and I'll send Michael the flyer. Michael was kind enough to participate last week, but I'll send you the flyer, Michael, so that you can get it out to these folks and see if anyone from this group would like to attend. We will have our own Nevada room again for a facilitated breakout session. And then there's, of course, a larger group component to it as well. It's a 3-module tabletop exercise, and that's on March 18th. also focused on pediatric patient tracking and reunification. I also want to call your attention to a informational series called Keeping Kids Safe. We recently put together some that actually was this past summer as a result of some of the protests that were going on at the time. A fact sheet for both providers and for caregivers on chemical exposures for pediatric patients, and how to care for your kids during protest activities. So that information is on our website for RAPM and also on social media in case you follow us there. We also have on our website and through social media a number of pediatric surge, especially related to respiratory virus and mental health resources. We also have some just-in-time technical and clinical training videos that are on our YouTube channel. And for infectious disease, we have a number of fact sheets and informational pieces related to respiratory virus, measles, and a number of other infectious diseases. We have a pediatric disaster management training module that has been developed. We're going to showcase it at the Nevada Rural Public Health Conference this spring. And that training, set of training modules is also available to other groups within the state. So there's a page dedicated to the PDM as part of RAPM's main website. And that's it for now, unless folks have any questions or requests of me.
Irene, Michael Bolu for the record, not a question. I just would like to thank you for inviting me for that tabletop exercise. I know a national focus is that family reunification of pediatrics. As we discussed during our state summary reports, that is typically the lowest section that an EMS or fire department in our state has scored. So it's very relevant of what we're facing now. So I appreciate it. And I will look forward to sharing the information to the committee members for the March 18th tabletop exercise. I know I will certainly be there if you'll have me again.
Sure.
And then I would recommend anybody on this committee, if you do have time, it was about 3 hours or so to attend. It was very informative and very beneficial to everybody involved. So thank you again.
Great. And as part of that, you get a certificate in case you need it for any kind of continuing education requirement. And we also get the opportunity to do our own after action report for Nevada. And that after action report was completed, I think, within a day or two. Thank goodness for Jordan, who was able to put that together very quickly. But if you do participate, then you have access to the after action report that is developed. And so my hope is that we have folks who maybe weren't available or maybe weren't notified of the January session to be able to participate in the March one. And the justification for that, and it was very well recognized, that we do have a lot of patient transfer, not only between California and Nevada, but also between Utah and Nevada. So on the basis of that, this is a really good exercise to test that out. Thank you so much, Michael and Dr. Horning.
Thank you. EMSC newsletter, that's me. I had a major malfunction with my computer. Not a hack, but just about as bad. So I promise you I'll get that out in the next couple of weeks. It's almost complete. So.
Thank you, Dr. Horning. If there's anything I can do to help you with that newsletter, obviously I'll do the posting and stuff, but information or anything that you're looking for, just give me a call, text, email. I'll be happy to help you out with that. I know you got a lot on your plate, especially with our agenda item 5 coming up. So
Indeed.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
You're welcome.
Updates from committee members regarding EMSC activities. So I have one because I went to the Southern Nevada Health District EMS meeting this morning. And we were talking about pediatric education for pre-hospital personnel and what it looks like because, as you know, fortunately, there aren't a lot of really intense pediatric emergencies, but when they happen, it's very important to know what to do. And so you have an event that's infrequent, but is really high stress when it happens. And someone at the meeting said, well, I heard there's going to be there's a national pre-hospital PEDS readiness program. And I said, as a matter of fact, Michael is looking into that, and trying to develop one for the state. And we talked somewhat about the program that we set up for the hospitals, which we'll talk about a little later. But it was interesting.
Yeah, it's certainly a hot topic. I know we wanted to get that ED stuff kind of off the ground, at least getting our one hospital reviewed, get that process streamlined, and then we can certainly kind of start moving forward the pre-hospital side of things. So that's good that there's interest now, because there hasn't been interest in it, but it's picking up pace. The momentum has started, the train is on the tracks, and it's not stopping. So that's great to hear.
Yes. So I thought it was good that it was independently brought up.
Yeah, that's always great.
Yeah. Anybody else have any updates?
John, do you want to provide a quick update of what you're doing on with NALS? Not to throw you under the bus, sir, but I think that's pretty relevant to our program.
Yeah, so in April, I'll be attending a NALS instructor class to be able to bring back the ability to teach Red Cross's NALS, which is Neonatal Advanced Life Support, to the rural communities. So it's similar to NRP, which is the Neonatal Resuscitative Program, I think is what it is. That one's more geared towards nursing and hospitals, whereas NALS is specifically designed for EMS providers at all levels. And so we're kind of looking forward to see how that'll work. And then once I get that brought back, we can become a train the trainer for it after a little bit of time and make it so that we can start getting NALS instructors throughout the rurals and throughout all of Nevada.
Thank you, John. Andrea, I see that you had your hand raised.
Yeah, just a quick update on the statewide. We have a pediatric work group focusing on pediatric readiness in specifically rural Nevada, but we work on a handful of other things. But right now, just trying to finish up our progress report and documenting basically the progress we've made over this last year and working on developing our FY27 work plan. Part of that also includes trying to develop a needs assessment, which Irene and Michael can kind of touch base on. That we want to take a deeper dive on what is it that they need to move the needle for that pre-hospital readiness survey. And then how does this group best support that? We want to continue to just provide a little bit of an update to this group. I would be happy to share something more in depth, more formal next time if that is preferred.
Andrea, I think that would be a great idea. If you're okay with it, I'll put it in my notes to have you present as an agenda item. Are you okay with that?
Yeah, most definitely.
Perfect. Thank you.
Lloyd, do you have your hand up?
I do. Thank you for recognizing me, and wanted to just congratulate John for working towards NALS. I had done some of the early instructor training, and then when the Red Cross came here to Vegas, and we had people throughout the Intermountain area come down and get some training. My institutions where I work have chosen not to pursue NALS, meaning the HCA facilities we're staying with NRP, but I do think it really fits an important niche in that allowing people who don't work in hospitals to be able to become instructors and therefore instruct and train their cohorts and their colleagues. I think it's a great program. I think it was very wise to tailor to EMS I know that at the Mountain View Pediatric or Paramedic Training Institute, we had discussed whether to start doing NALS this year. I think we didn't have enough instructors to be able to do it, so we're staying with NRP for the paramedics there. Las Vegas Fire and Rescue is trying to roll out NALS. So that I think is, John, you may reach out to them with that. I really think it's an important area and would be happy to be involved, John, in what rollout you have with that, and because I think it really addresses an important need.
Thank you.
Dr. Horning, this is Irene. I forgot to mention one thing under my update, so I'll mention it here in this section. Next week at the NEPA conference, Nevada Emergency Preparedness Association conference in Las Vegas, I have coordinated with folks at UMC. We'll be doing a joint UMC and RAPM presentation on coordination of local, state, federal agencies to expand preparedness and response capability. So we'll be talking about pediatric disaster management. We'll be talking about what we've been doing in terms of trauma and burns with UMC and other hospitals within RAPM. And also we'll be hearing from the Office of Military Preparedness and Response at UMC. So it'll be a joint presentation between all of us, and we'll be hearing about what UMC emergency management does in terms of special events, preparedness and response. So if folks are at the conference and want to attend, it's Tuesday, February 10th at 10:30 a.m. Thanks.
At UMC?
No, at Palace Station at the conference.
Okay.
Jamie?
I was just going to let you guys know that I'll be attending that NALS instructor conference. And I think because I have my AHA faculty, I'll be able to train after I get my NALS instructor as well. So Great Basin College will be able to offer those courses and then also be able to help train the rest of our EMS community too.
Beautiful. Thank you, Jamie. Sounds like we'll be going to Great Basin College to get some training in the next 6 to 8 months.
Come on down.
Yeah.
Thank you. Anyone else?
This is Zeb Nomura.
Hi.
Hey, Zeb.
Hey, we will have our whole department trained on NALS by the end of March. We did that class at TFT and we have 2 instructors that will be training all of our employees. So we'll have that.
Awesome, Zeb. Thank you. Do you know by any chance if any of the kind of neighboring fire departments are doing the same thing? I do know that Reno Fire and potentially Sparks sent people down to the NALS training in Vegas last year. Are they planning on doing the same thing? I haven't heard anything about their departments.
So Reno just finished, not just, last quarter finished their NALS training for their department. So they did it as well. Cindy and Kim, I believe, are the instructors.
Okay.
For that. Yeah.
Thank you.
Awesome. Anyone else? All right, next agenda item is our emergency department hospital recognition program. So we found out in the fall, I guess, that we needed to submit our plan for hospital recognition to HRSA. And correct me, Michael, if I'm saying something wrong. The Health Resources and Services Administration. And then the government shut down, the federal government shut down. And then the federal government was back up. And so in December, we submitted our program and they suggested a few changes. They're very minor. And so I went back and made all the changes at each level. And then I believe that we're ready to roll out the program. And we have one application, is that right, Michael?
Correct. Yes, we thought we had two, and I don't know where, I swear we had two, I think. Or somebody said they were going to be submitting it to me and never did. But we do have one verified agency that has submitted the application. Dr. Horning and I have that in hand and need to start that review process. And Dr. Horning, I wanted to defer to you on that with your experience out of Alaska and doing this program up there. What kind of you envision of the review process, maybe the team who does that? If you recommend in-person site visits, I'm really going to lean on your expertise on how we want to verify their application, the level, etc.
Yeah, I think it depends on how we want to do it. I think that going through the applications, that we need to develop a committee that can go through the applications, particularly for the highest level. And you know, if people want to volunteer, and we can all get together and look at the application and just make sure that all of the points are there. I think starting out, it would be better not to have to do site reviews, but down the road, because this is going to be an ongoing thing, like every 3 years or whatever, they have to resubmit. That might be something that we would want to do. We did do site visits in Alaska. But it's very time intensive, and you kind of have to get the hospitals warming up to the whole thing before that usually works. So I would suggest that particularly for the one application that we have some folks get together. We can do it virtually or whatever we want to do to review that application, because we need to, in order to start it and implement it fully, we have to have at least one application, which we do. And then we need to recognize them if they meet all the qualifications. And then the question I had, Michael, was I think it would really help if, you know, we had a good way to recognize them. Certificate, we talked about, people from the state coming down, you know, for photo op, a media blitz, but I think it would really help to encourage the other hospitals to do it if we had that. Is that going to be possible?
That not only is possible, it will happen. I've already been in contact with our PIO when we got approval to say, hey, this is coming, not sure dates when. I gave them the location and the facility that submitted the application, but we will absolutely be down there. I know I will be down there. I'm sure my program manager, Bobby Sullivan, would be. I know our Bureau Chief, Janice, is on the call as well. She'd probably attend. Obviously, anybody down in Las Vegas that would be willing to attend that, we will set up the media. Similar to what we did with the Aegis Wraps, have a place for interviews of parties, pictures. We do have a certificate. I am working on promotional materials for programs. We just actually got a really nice batch of, I don't know if you see on my laptop, but it's Nevada. It's our updated logo, the Nevada EMS for Children's logo. I'm going to hand one to every one of our committee members when we see you in person, or during our next meeting, Sandra. I'm going to give you a stack of them so you can pass them out to people. The other thing I'm looking at with the hospitals and also the EMS is a creation of a challenge coins for the listed PECs. Because everybody in the first responder healthcare field likes to be recognized in that sort of way. So we have certificates for the facilities, certificates for the PECs. The only thing I'm really waiting on is the challenge coins. It's about finding a vendor that can produce a product that we like. I need to reach out to Dwayne. He's the EMSC program manager out in Pennsylvania. He provided me one at the NASEMSO meeting in Grand Rapids, Michigan last year, and they did a really nice challenge coin that is both hospital and EMS based. He gave me both of them. And I asked him already, hey, I really like these. Do you mind if I kind of copy these? Obviously change the logo to Nevada and do a bunch of stuff, but I need to find out what vendor he used and see if they're a state vendor here. If not, we can go to Silver State Industries and get them done. It's just the size and quality, obviously, by vendor is going to change. So we got some stuff, but that should all be in line by the time we do do the application and approval. And if the challenge coins are late, I'd be happy to mail them to each individual once they're received. So either way, they're going to get it. So
Okay. That sounds great. So timeline wise, when do you think we could, get this application reviewed and start the ball rolling?
well, I think so there's gonna be a few things. One, and I have this on the list, does anybody on the committee want to participate in this? I think it would be good to have both EMS and hospital representation on this, for both the ED and then eventually the EMS. So we can kind of see what's going on the other side of the coin. So I'd be happy to be involved, Dr. Horning. I'm assuming that you would be happy to be involved. Is there any other takers? Once we get a group, I'm going to need to confirm whether or not this committee based on open meeting law will have to be a subcommittee, and we'll have to do it. I really don't want it to have to be an open public meeting because we are reviewing a healthcare facility. If there's changes, I don't want that to be public knowledge. So there's got to be a way for us to kind of work around that. I just need to verify with our administration how that works. Because I don't think it's appropriate to be reviewing those applications in a public setting.
No, I agree.
But I got, so far, Dr. Horning, me and you. Dr. Jensen, I see your hand up. Is that a volunteering?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
Mike, I'll volunteer as well.
Beautiful. Thank you, Zeb.
I'll represent the education side if you want.
Okay. Hey, yeah, absolutely.
That's perfect.
So then, Dr. Horning, I think that's good. Then we have, 2 EMS representatives, 2 hospital representatives, and an education representative. And if we need to add any more or have any insight, we can always ask people to come in and bring that additional member in. Does that work with you?
Yeah, if it works for you, that works great for me. And then I know that I gave you more work, Michael, because you're gonna have to put that wonderful to all 4 of those levels now that we, made some minor changes.
Yeah.
So.
No worries. I'm happy
Okay.
to do that.
Okay. Well, this is great because when we, put the media blitz out there, then we'll, I'm sure, get more hospitals that are involved.
Oh, absolutely.
And then, when do you think we would start to tackle the pre-hospital readiness?
I would like to get the first review and kind of at least get the first ED readiness application done. I know I brought it up before. I'm modeling. It's going to be very similar. They're pretty similar nationwide, but I received documentation from Oregon and Arizona, and I'm kind of picking what would work best for Nevada out of each of those applications and joining them into one. Depending on contracts and grants, because this will be the end of our fiscal year, and then the FFR, and then that kind of rolls into the state funded training grant that I manage as well. I will try my best to absolutely get something to the committee by the next meeting. Whether it's complete or not, I'll have something to present.
Okay. Sounds great. So then, Michael, depending upon the closed meeting, open meeting thing, I agree with you. I don't think we should review these at an open meeting, for the different hospitals, but just whatever you think works schedule-wise, or for us to review the application, then just let us know.
Yeah, well, I should get an answer pretty quick about the open meeting law and our concerns about reviewing that type of stuff publicly. And then I will send out a survey to the 4 of you to see what dates and times works best for everybody, and we'll figure out a date and time, and we'll plan for maybe the first part of it, an hour, maybe an hour and a half, and then I'm sure it's going to take potentially multiple sessions depending on how in-depth everything is. So, but at least it'll be a start.
Okay.
And then what I'll do is I'll have a progress, I'll make an agenda item. Oh, I guess we could just leave this as an agenda item update where we could provide the progress of the people who are reviewing the applications to provide updates.
That would be good.
Yeah. Dr. Jensen, do you have your hand up again?
No, I just cannot access
Okay.
to bring it back down.
No worries. No worries. We can do that for you. Andrea, I saw that you raised your hand. Was that the same? Was that from a previous item or do you have something to add?
I was just going to say, we have had a board recommend the health officers to create a work group under them. So maybe this board, to get around open meeting law, for discussion, is have this board direct you to develop a work group to work on this. And I think the caveat is that it can't be comprised of people just from this committee. So, but just, we have other work groups, and that has been what was advised from our legal. So I just wanted to throw it out there. Maybe that could be of some assistance.
That certainly is. Thank you.
Hey, Mike.
Yep.
I'd like to see us approach this as working in the best interest, but still maintaining awareness from the outside. I don't want us presenting stuff that we're doing something to get around something. Do you see where I'm going with this? We need to work within the constraints of either the grant itself, how it's structured, and certainly pay attention to open meeting. I agree with Andrea as to how some of the members should be, for the attendance of that. But I think that we should go for clarity and visibility, and not that we're trying to get around something just because we don't want to do open meeting if that's what is required of that group.
Yeah. Oh, and I certainly didn't mean to have it come across that we wanted to avoid open meeting law. It is having facility capabilities and potential updates to applications, because they're providing information about their capabilities that they probably don't necessarily want everybody to have access to. So it's really keeping the applicants anonymous.
No, I understand that.
Until we present something to them, so
no,
that's
the word I'm looking for is transparency, and we want to make sure that, it is much as we can, but to protect the safety and the security of those applicants. I'm completely on board with that. But for the other portion of it, we just have to show that we're maintaining transparency to the level that we need to.
I agree.
Anything else on that topic, Michael, you can think of? All right, proposed meeting dates. We have May 6th in Las Vegas, August 5th in Carson City. Wonder why you want to do it up there on August. November 4th, Las Vegas, and February 3rd, Carson City.
Yep, so this sticks with the same schedule, first Wednesday, alternating locations. Tentatively, I've already reserved the 1210 South Valley View Boulevard, the building that we met in previously that everybody's aware of. If this time doesn't work for you anymore, please let me know, but it seems to be working pretty well. I don't think we've had a few close calls without quorum, but we haven't had to cancel and reschedule any meetings for this committee in a while. So I think the schedule's working. If you have any suggestions or issues with it, please let me know. I'll be happy to approach the committee members with potentially another survey and find another possible date and time.
Awesome. Second public comment. Does anybody have any comments? Right. If no comments, do I hear a motion to adjourn?
I motion to adjourn. Andrea asked for the record. I motion to adjourn.
And a second?
Second, Tabitha Hart.
This is Lloyd Jensen. I'm seconding.
And all in favor?
Aye.
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 Anybody opposed? All right. Thank you very much. Thanks for.
Thank you, everyone. Talk to you later.